Hi, today on episode 317 of your favorite daily podcast, A Couple of Things, a podcast about things. I talk with my friend Akachi about finding joy, like fighting to find your joy, and even in the most annoying of circumstances, keeping things light, and a bunch of other random and interesting things that I'm sure you will enjoy. Happy listening. Hi, welcome to episode 3. I don't even remember what number this is, but welcome to today's episode of A Couple of Things, a podcast about things. Today I have a guest, one of my favorite people in the world, Akachi. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Akachi. I'm one of Ladi's favorite people in the world. Okay, yeah, that's it. This is actually my second time here. First one,
It didn't really work out.
yeah, yeah, that's it. That's my name. My name is Akachi. Yeah, I'm Ladi's friend.
Is
That's
that
it.
the whole introduction?
Yeah, that's it. What else again was there?
Okay, all right then. That's
But
fine. Let's
I
go.
think okay, this is a good place to start. Oh yes, also I'm such a fan of the podcast, which is one of the things I'm going to talk about today. Okay, so
Okay, all right. Second question that we always start with is how do we know each other?
I met that day 2 years ago, I think. Yes, and
Did you say
we're
2 years ago?
no, as usable 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. I heard 2 years ago. I was like, what?
No. I know that they are usable.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
like this, my first picture of Lade was someone just said, "Oh, this is Lade." I think it was Tommy, and Lade
Tommy
just hugged,
boy.
yes, and Lade just hugged me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, we're friends. Yeah, let's go." That's it. That's it. There was no, cause like I don't know. Like, at that time, I don't know. I was like, why did you meet a stranger and hug the person? Like that was. But like
Because I like
obviously I needed a
hugs.
hug and it was nice. It was very nice. Like it's such a strong impression in my
Do you know
head.
I don't remember this? See, like you say this every time you talk about how we met, but I don't remember the hug part.
Exactly. No, I remember because I was so stunned. But yeah, it's good. It was such good vibes. So I
Ah.
have no issues with it. Like now when I'm to cry, I don't always hug them. But I used to ask like, do you mind
Do you
hugs? And they don't mind a
Okay, yeah,
hug.
maybe I should actually ask people before hugging them. But no, I actually do that now. Like recently, I
Yeah,
met someone, and then I was like, "Oh, is it okay if I hug you?" Because
yeah,
like I'm a
yeah,
hugger. So yeah, I
yeah.
do that
Like
now.
it's not a bad thing. I was just surprised because like I'm in Lagos, like obviously a lot like and it was in the evening. Like you just it was a very okay. That was literally how that okay. And
And
like
that's how I conscripted you into being my friend
yeah,
forever.
and actually I think you said no, you didn't say that day. It was somewhere. It was one of your birthday like hangouts where you said I know your name. We know each other's names. And we're friends now. That thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
That's how I met like
Nice. So this was like Usable was a while ago. Usable was like
2017, 20,
yeah. So we've known each other for a very long time now.
2018 ish.
Like 6, 7 years.
I don't, I have lost the concept of time personally. Like,
Honestly, I've actually lost the concept of time, but yeah, we've
I
tried
don't
known
like
each other for a while.
yeah, that's what it says. Because when you start counting years, it's just like where did all the time go? What am I
Where
doing?
honestly, well, okay. So the big question that starts the conversation. What I know you say you have a list. I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to this. What's on your mind today? How many things are on your list?
Actually, my short note is full, but
Okay.
it's a small A6 size notepad, so it's not a lot.
Okay. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
start.
So first thing about this podcast is the podcast.
The podcast itself.
Yeah. So
That's very meta.
as I said earlier, I'm a fan of the podcast. Like so, I was a season one listener, and so
Yeah, the day ones.
things that have changed. I wanted to talk about like number one, the intro. That
hmm
first intro that they took voice notes, she was like, "Oh, just say a couple of things," and everybody, and that was the intro. So it was a couple of things, a couple
A
of
couple
things,
of things. A couple of things. A
and
couple.
I missed that intro.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yes, actually, because
So I actually wanted to keep the intro, but then I couldn't figure out how to. I couldn't find the file that had everybody's intro combined.
oh,
So I just had to like
let it go.
go on without it
That's it. That's
because
it.
I did everything in Anchor. Then it was called Anchor. So everything was in Anchor. So it was hard to find the original file where I did the merging and everything. So okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now on to my next thing about this podcast. My favorite episode, the one with Ellie. I think it was very chaotic.
No,
And
that episode was
just
chaotic.
like it was like 30 minutes compared to the rest.
It was very long. I actually had to like
It
make it
was,
faster when I was uploading
yeah,
it
I
so that the
noticed.
time would be shorter. It
Yes.
was really long. It was almost 90 minutes.
I,
The actual recording.
yeah, I think I really enjoyed it. Then another podcast I really liked with the thing, babe.
With me, yeah, I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that conversation as
Another
well.
podcast I also really liked this the babe that I don't know if she's like I had like plants, but I don't remember. And she does
They
like
had plants.
yeah, she do your own research and she does like
Oh, Tamara's episode on wellness.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the my two favorite episodes. But not like no, no, no. There's also another one. There was a question. He brought someone to answer. Oh gosh, but it was related to like spiritual things. I don't
Oh,
remember.
is this a test from God or is
Yeah,
Satan attacking
yeah,
me with
yeah,
Pastor Forms?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
what did you like about these episodes? I want to know.
I don't remember. I just know I enjoyed it. I also the pastor from let me give you. I was actually the one that sent that question.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So also as a fan of the podcast, I used to send in things random with funny funny names. But I won't tell you.
Yeah, the name was very funny.
I won't tell you which one is my own. But I
Okay,
just
but you just told me one.
yeah, I told you one. That's all. That's the only one I'll tell you. But I send
Okay.
like random stuff. So yeah, just just for fun, some random things. What else again? Think okay, that's all my notes for the podcast.
No, but I'm very curious as to like in these episodes, what about them did you really like that made you that they have stuck with you?
I think maybe the content. Anything
Mm,
was really like chaotic and things just kept moving fast.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I can't. She like I don't know. I maybe because she's a writer, she has like good words and like, she has like good storytelling. I enjoyed it. Same with the one with Pastor Films, maybe because it was something I was thinking about at that time.
Yeah.
You know, it was funny when I asked that question. There was a gap, there was a space, and they answered like a long time after. So like
Yeah, because I was trying to find someone to talk
yeah,
about it
I
with.
moved on from the problem. But it was still good to like hear and stuff, and you know
Yeah.
how I kind of it was very good. Like I felt like it helped me like mentally to think about things. Because even now when I'm going through stuff, I don't really think about it so personal. Like it's things bad things will always happen. Things can be
Mm,
happening, and it's fine.
yeah.
And the most important thing is that okay, even though like crazy things are going on, I'm still like within God's will. I'm still like in
Mhm.
God,
Mhm.
one way or the other. So like everything else like doesn't really matter. And I think
Yeah.
I'm really giving up on the idea of God testing you. Because why? Because why? I was like, when people say I'm not a strongest soldier, like I don't know. Nobody said you are a soldier. Like let me.
Yeah, I think what I really took away from that episode was the idea that it actually doesn't even matter. What
Yeah,
matters is, am I with God in this? Is God
yeah,
with me in this? And all things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose. And if I still fit into that description, which I do, then it doesn't matter
it
because it all
doesn't.
works out for good in the end. So I
Yeah.
really love that. And it really stuck with me, even with like making a decision about going to school. Am I making a mistake?
Yes.
And
Some
I was like, bro, if it's a mistake, all things, because I believe that I have heard God move me in this direction,
yeah,
and I'm moving with faith in that. And if it turned out that I misheard and I made a mistake, at the end of the day, it's still going to work out for my good. So
yeah,
whatever, it's fine.
exactly.
But yeah, okay,
Maybe if I should talk about that now and like
okay. So what else is on your mind?
tying it to like adulthood. And last time I was here, I talked about how I really love being an adult and like I
Yeah,
have no issues. I love the agency. I have no issues with being like I think I've always been an adult like mentally. It's a stupid thing to say, but when you're like the first child and like
and first daughter.
your first daughter and like you've been going through a lot since you were tiny, you kind of notice that you end up making your own decisions, picking your own, but you're not thinking about it in such a deep way until like you're really
Yeah,
that's
me
where
and Adenike talked about this, and we called it trauma informed ambition and adulthood. Trauma driven.
not trauma driven. So like because that's just what it is. So I mean, but like one of the things that my friends talk about when we talk about adults is like, oh my god, the decisions, yeah, you have to.
Ah,
But like, as much as I
so many
understand it,
decisions.
I'm not really stressed by it anymore because of like this whole thing about like making like a bad decision, a good decision. Like, if I assess the pros and the cons and what works for me in that period of time in my life, and like I just pray about it and just trust because there's no guarantee. Anyways, there's no guarantee that the other decision will be better for you, even like in the long run. Like I've experienced regrets like maybe once or twice in my adult life, and
Mm,
which was really about like job around like job seeking there something around my career sha. And when I was still at Reliance, I got like an offer to move somewhere else, and I spoke to like all of the guys, the C staff people, and I was like, and he was like, no, I should not go to this bank. That is a bank is going to be bad for my career. That they don't pay well. Blah blah blah. Anyways, I seriously felt like I should have moved, but I don't listen to him and carried on my life. And I can only regret that decision now because I can see things that I say better and
mm.
the insight, and I'm comparing things that okay, everybody that moved to that bank, they've left this foolish country. Uh, Maybe I would have been exposed to more information, a better
Yeah,
network.
if you had gone to the bank.
Yeah, but I can only say that now because I can see, right? But
Mm.
there's no guarantee that if I had gone there, maybe I would have
You
met
would
a lot
have
of people there. Like things could have happened.
you may not have had that same path.
Yeah.
But
So
another thing is like not going to the bank, like in taking the path in which you took,
yeah,
what turned out great for you in
I've
that new
only
path.
let's not talk about that. I've only learned lessons.
but that's the thing, right? Like it
I,
didn't turn out all bad
but at the same time, I really can't say it was like so bad because I don't also know the things that okay, this I've been protected from.
from exactly.
So like
I've talked about it before on an episode about how like making peace with your own chosen
yeah,
path, like making peace with the path that you've chosen. This is the path, and I think I also talked about it on an episode with Hillary. That was one of the first guest episodes I did, and we talked about like making a choice, and it's like make the choice and move on.
yes,
Don't keep thinking what if, should I, could I, would I, like
yeah,
you've made this decision, move with the decision to the point where you can, and if you can still change it, then change it. If you can't, just move with it.
yeah. Actually, I agree. So yeah, that's another thing about like adulthood and hmm. Let's see what else again is on my mind. Aha, this is
Sorry,
something.
one thing about adulthood though that has been coming up for me though
Okay,
recently is the amount of bloody laundry that you have to do.
you know, I've become
I'm s-
a fan. I'm not even joking. I'm now a positive person. You know,
no, you don't understand. Like, okay, so 2 weeks ago Tuesday, no, 3 weeks ago, was it 3 weeks? 3 weeks ago Tuesday, I did laundry. We had three. My building's laundromats. I used up three washing machines at the same time. The next week, by what am I saying? The next week, by this Friday of that same week, my laundry basket was already three-quarter of the way full, and by the weekend, it was totally full. And I was just like, I just did three cycles of laundry, three washing machine loads of laundry. Why is my
like,
laundry basket full? I don't even know how I had that three washing machine load because I do my laundry every week.
let me break down.
Literally every week I do laundry. So why did I have three laundry machine full of laundry in the first place? I don't know.
You're
But
going
then why did I now have a full laundry basket in 5 days?
you're going out. You're working out.
I'm not going out. I School was on holiday then, so I didn't go anywhere.
But you're in the house wearing clothes.
So
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
I
I've
blame
become
Adam and
a
Eve.
person. I'm just like, hey, I'm happy to have clothes that I can wash. Every small thing that happens,
Well,
I'm not even joking. I actually, every time I'm going through something that's stressing me, I look at it from another point of view. You know what? It's okay. I'm grateful that I can wash. There's even detergent. There's like something like I'm always happy. I'm because I feel like the coping mechanism for me. Like if I don't look at it like there's something I can be happy about, I will be stressed 100% all the time because there's always something to do.
yeah.
To
I mean, I
wash.
get that. I try to do that sometimes as well. Like
Which
when something is really
frustrates.
stressing me out, I'll be like, well, I'm thankful that And this actually happened recently. I was talking to someone, and then we were both complaining about something. And I was like, you know what? I'm thankful that I have the thing that enables me to have. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, that's a
Like,
great way to look at it. All
eh,
right. So,
okay, let me
what
ask.
else is on your mind?
What's a simple way that what's something that easily makes you upset?
You're asking me.
Yeah, I'm taking over.
That's what's on your mind.
Yes.
What's going on with people that want to stick at this podcast and be asking me questions? Like,
Okay, first I think about like for me the easiest way to make me upset is to just say, women are emotional, men are logical. Just feel like
a lot of things.
you
So,
want to peel my
something I'm
scalp.
working on is like trying to not get upset by things.
Yeah.
And I think that God is actually working on me in this direction because
Yeah.
I was somewhere like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and the most inane conversation was happening. Like it was such a dumb, stupid conversation. And do you know what I did? I just wore my headphones and listened to Hallelujah Challenge because Hallelujah Challenge was happening at that time, and I had missed that. I didn't wake up in the middle of the night for that day, so I just listened to that day. And I was like, I know that me of 2 years ago would have actually engaged in an argument with them and told all of them how they were stupid and what they were saying did not make any sense.
Yeah.
But because of the growth and transformation that Christ is doing in me, I
They're
actually
killing
just
me.
minded my business.
I
Like
swear.
I was like, this is not worth my energy or time because there's nothing I can say it straight. Like I was like, this is growth. And even with on Twitter as well, I see the most inane things when I come on Twitter, and I'm just like, jump and pass, block, skip, jump and
I'm
pass.
telling
Like
you, it's kind of for engagement. It's like I feel like
not
it's
for engaging.
like just like bunch of fools giving each other kudos. So it's like I
Not
don't
a bunch of fools.
I don't engage. Like I don't know how else you can pass. Like I don't even bother because you know what? Okay, whatever you say, princess, it's fine. I
Yeah,
don't.
so I'm just like,
But that's just
if
an easy
so,
way.
yeah, I try not to get upset about
It's
things.
easiest thing you can say. Like I would just like if I can just squeeze my face on the spot once you just start. Because it's always the root of so many foolish things. Maybe we say because let's take I don't want to talk about politics, but like look at
No, please, no. This is
no,
not a
no,
politics
no,
podcast.
like we have more men ruling. We've always had more men in like history, and there was. So what was the logical decision? What was the things that are going on? Like was like you cannot say if you look at it, you can't just say why can't you just say okay, people react how they react based off whatever is happening, based off selfish interest. It's
So
always
the woman is emotional. Sorry, women are emotional, men are logical thing is one of the dumbest arguments in the world. And if anybody still makes that argument in 2024, I cannot take you or anything you say seriously because
oh
what does
god,
that even mean?
they keep
What
it
does that mean?
like small thing that happens. Someone can say, "Oh, care for your wife." Say, you know why? Because women are emotional. Oh my god, why are we here?
No, no, no care for your wife because you love her and she's your wife. I don't understand. So maybe does that mean that you should not care for your husband because men are logical?
Yeah, don't care. Don't say this. Submit. That's where.
But the last thing that actually upset me was actually a school related thing. So I had 2 weeks lecture free, but there were like homeworks and things to do, and
Yeah.
so I finished my last homework and I was done and I was happy. And then I was like, I have a few days until school starts, so I don't have to think about school for like 4 or 5 days,
I
and I
don't
can
know.
just chill and relax. Tell me why? We had assignment to submit the day before the new school whatever resumed. I was so upset. God, I actually started screaming. I was screaming in the house.
Oh god.
But yeah,
Eh,
that was the last thing that got me upset.
okay, that's just something. That's what that's on my list because just random thing I think about that. Okay.
Well, now that you've asked me that, what sparks joy for you and what has sparked joy for you recently?
Uh, banana bread. I'm ordering banana bread today. That's something that will spark joy. I don't know. I like looking at the skies. I feel like every time I look at the sky, it kind of makes me feel happy. I'm always I love
Oh,
listening
that
to.
is nice.
So yeah, so I don't like sparking joy is easy. I'm easy to please. If NEPA brings lights, if I hear NEPA siren, my mood goes up immediately.
Not in the past,
Because you just you know it's so bad these days. That sometimes I just sit down and start imagining the sound because it's been so long since we had like. So like, I love hearing the past siren. I love it in the morning when it's cool and chill. I'm not a. I'm very easy to please, unfortunately.
I'm so sorry. Like Nepa Siren was the last thing I was expecting to hear.
True now. It means that there's light and then your fan will blow and then everywhere gets brighter. There's light. You don't have to worry about your phone dying. It's just one of those things. Like for me, like if I just need maybe light to be on. If I go out, it's not too hot. I can look at the sky. The clouds are pretty. I like picking joy, very accessible joy, without thinking. Like I don't like to dwell on something that is beyond my control. Obviously, clouds and all those things, they will always show up. So
Yeah,
even when it's dark, I like looking at the patterns, like, oh, what's going on here? Because I think it's very interesting. One of those creations that every day there's something new about. So I just enjoy it. Nothing too crazy.
yeah. Okay.
That's it's sparking joy. You was sparking your own joy. Apart from
What recently sparked joy for me? Um, let's see. I made the best cheesecake I've ever eaten in my life.
oh,
That sparked joy. And it's not just me that said it. Everybody who ate it said it's the best cheesecake they've ever eaten in their life. So
like,
I was preening. I was like, that sparked a lot of joy.
mm,
And another thing that has sparked joy recently is I'm really loving my boxing classes. I got boxing gloves for on my birthday, which is one of the things I wanted because I've been doing boxing classes for a while. And boxing class is sparking joy because I'm like my endurance is so much better, and so is that getting to the end of boxing class and not being like collapsing on the floor or like being surprised that it has ended. Like, oh, we've already finished. The 1 hour is over. I'm not looking at the clock. That's sparking joy.
let
But this is
me.
what I wanted to talk about on tomorrow's episode, Kachi. So I'm not going to continue.
Okay, yeah, let me just say something interesting about like not related to box but physical activity.
Mm-hmm.
So my NYC, right? I
Yeah.
wanted to then I'm not a physical activity babe. The best I can do is wake up money and walk. Or maybe later. I'm not even joking. Like I literally when I was in secondary school, you know all those inter sport activities, I did every single one and I was sent out of every single one. So I just
What?
sat at the back and I was just sharing and watching over the glucose and drinks. So I'm not having a physical. Anyways, I shall went to that's what's it called. Also, I could not do the matching things that they were doing. So
For NYC.
yes, I said let me go and learn taekwondo. So I got there and I was like, oh, I want to learn. And the guy was like, and the guy just slapped me. I'm not even joking.
What?
And I was like, what's going on? I said, your first lesson, defense. I was like, okay.
What?
I never forgot this. They go, why you slap me? And I said, yeah, I'm supposed to defend yourself. I said, oh, okay, got it. Anyway, that's just this NIC. I didn't know where it was Nasaba. No, the guy just.
Wow.
I was like, oh, and he was like, oh, this is your first lesson in self defense. Just like that. Do you think this is a movie? Please. Anyways, also like about cooking. I mean, I've been trying to cook these days. Everything I can
Mm.
make without a recipe is beans. That's my favorite. There's no. I'm
I
such a
love
like,
beans.
that's it. I feel like this.
Beans is an amazing meal.
Thank you so much. Because people, my friends, they always give me because I'm always eating beans every week. But leave me alone, leave me with my beans. Anyways, I tried to make creamy pasta yesterday. Oh, a lot went wrong. So
What pasta?
creamy pasta.
Oh, okay.
So Alfredo, yeah. So I watched the video and the man puts the flour directly into the oil. That's what he did. The butter mix.
Mm.
What he did.
He made a roux. I think it's called a roux.
Apparently, you're not supposed to do that. Okay, I didn't know you were supposed to mix it with something else. So when I put my own, the thing just became thick, and I was now struggling till the end. From there, everything just went down. But the food was still tasty. Just like my pastor was like, "Yeah, it was so thick. Why?" I was just struggling. I've been trying to like cook these days, but a lot of things have been going wrong. I think what they even tried, when you marinate chicken and you use the marinade to make like a sauce. So I was going to do that. So I put it
Mm.
on fire and I forgot completely.
Ah!
It was so bad. I could see something burning. I was like, who is burning something? It now clicked later.
Isn't that who is burning something? Is you. You are the one burning the thing.
Yeah. I ran to the kitchen and the pot was burnt. Everything was burnt. I was like, God, this is so bad. Like
Yikes.
cooking, I'm really trying, Sha, because it's a life skill. Apparently, I'm just not a fan.
It is
You
a
know?
life skill. I do like I was saying recently about how not really a fan of cooking, but my thing is I like to cook things that I want to.
Yes,
Like if
exactly.
something comes to my mind, like, oh, I wanna make this thing, then I'm gonna make it. And then a
Exactly.
lot of things actually turn out to be simpler than they seem. Especially with baking for me. Me, I like baking more than I like cooking. I love baking. So I've always wanted to make tres leches, which is this like Mexican inspired cake where they make a cake and then they mix three milks and pour it. It sounded very difficult and whatever. And then one day I was like, I'm gonna make it. And it was so easy. It was basically a vanilla cake and you mix three milks together and pour it on top. The whole thing took me like maybe 45 minutes. I was like, wow. And this includes the baking time, the
Mm,
time for the cake to bake. The whole thing took max 45 minutes. It was the simplest cake I've ever made in my life. And I was like, wow, everything just looks so much more difficult until you actually do it.
I'm trying to do it. Yeah, my own is every day. I just pick up my lessons. So now the Alfredo sauce was more than the pasta. Let me never. I had to reduce the sauce and keep for tomorrow or something like.
So you're learning.
Yeah, exactly. Mine is always different. Like I always have that thing. Like when people say do something, you follow a video, do something. I'm like, how they do this. And when you watch all these videos like on YouTube, everybody's commenting how it worked, but there's
Yeah.
nobody who has a bad experience. Like, oh,
Maybe
this
they delete the comments.
yeah, like someone's like, oh, this is what yeah, you just everyone else, oh, this works.
Although sometimes I do see things like, oh, I changed this and it was better for me. It didn't work when I did it this way, but I changed it and I like something that I often see a lot in because I'm trying to perfect my cream cheese frosting, and so I'm always watching a lot of videos on how to make cream cheese frosting. And like there was one I saw, and then everyone was like, "Oh, it was perfect," and then somebody was like, "It didn't work for me because butter was too cold." So I mixed everything first, and then I tried that, and it worked better.
Mm,
So sometimes you don't have to follow what they say
yeah.
in their recipe video. Like most
Anyway,
of the time, I actually don't follow what they say.
ugh, I will. I mean, I also try to always follow what they say. I try to be. Everybody's so creative, you know.
It's not really about being creative. It's like it's kind of also following your instincts. Like I did a bread baking workshop yesterday, and one of the things we were like is they're not going to just like a recipe. They're going to just show us the process and we'll do it. And then because you have to follow your instincts, so the recipe can be like, oh, use water that is 25 degrees or whatever. But if it's a hot day, you should actually use cooler water than like you shouldn't use 25-degree water for the bread mix. So like you have to be able to like the thing something that I'm learning about cooking and baking in particular is that it's not really about following a recipe, it's about understanding the ingredients and how they work together and what does what. That way you can instinctively know that okay, I need to change this in this recipe because of whatever factor, or if I don't have this ingredient I can use this other thing because they have the same function in this recipe. So there are some recipes where you can swap sugar with honey because sugar is just there as a sweetener, but there are some that you can't because sugar does something else beyond the sweetening. There's about caramelization and in a particular way and all of these things. So it's like understanding what the ingredient is doing in the recipe and also playing. Like something now is like I don't really care if my baking turns out to be a disaster because I'm playing around with things and then I can find what works. Like the cheesecake I made that is the best cheesecake I've eaten in my life. I used instead of using only flour to thicken it. I have this tiger nuts dates powder mix that I bought when I went to Nigeria some time ago, and I hadn't used it since then. I was like, I need to use this because it was to expire. So I instead of using sugar and like fully like I did like half of the quantity of sugar I needed. I did half, and then I used the powder tiger nuts date mix thing for the other half, and I could taste it in the thing, and it's what actually made it really good. So play with things. When I was doing that, I was like, God, I beg, I'm taking it somewhere. Let it not be terrible. But it was good, so it's fine.
Yeah, just one of those things that like cooking. Sha. Me, I have no issue. I just well, the worst part is I don't even. I like eating to enjoy the food, so I can be hungry and I'm okay with the hunger. I'm not
Same.
even joking. Like
No,
so.
actually, same.
Okay. What else again I'll talk about? There's something else I wrote here, but even though I have like a funny memory, I also have a funny handwriting, so I cannot
You
remember.
can't remember what you wrote.
I can't remember. I can't remember. I cannot read. It's only about doing the right things. Oh yeah, like making choices. It's under adulthood, sha. Like how every choice you make makes you like it like makes you a person. Like the choice you make determines the kind of person you become, basically.
Hmm.
But I've forgotten why. So
Why you wrote it?
context, the statement is just deep.
But
Uh,
yeah, I think that that is so true because the person, like, your actions are, they come from your thoughts, right, and your beliefs. So, and everything you do accumulates an idea and a concept of who you are to yourself and to other people. So everything that you do builds up to your self concept and your self image and how other people perceive you. So yeah, it kind of determines the person you become.
man. Oh yeah, I don't remember, but it was probably like around like getting up in the morning to exercise. I love I love working out in the morning. No, it's not a problem. Like I actually like standing up, but when there's light. Now, when there's no light, everywhere is dark outside. It's just I'm not in the mood. Like and but when there's lights, everywhere is calm. Nobody's gen is on. You just
Yeah.
pray for something. You just go around, can walk. But like when there's night, it's dark. Everything's dangerous. I just so I think it goes around like maybe how like all these actions because if you wake up and work out in the morning, you're a person that works out in the morning. Like if you keep
Exactly.
to
And there's also the reverse. Like there's something I remember I used to do before when I when I wanted to stop eating so much of something. I can't remember what it was. And then people, when I go somewhere and someone offers me, I'll be like, oh, I don't eat this thing. And so it became a thing like, oh, Lade doesn't eat this thing. So it was easy to not eat it because it had become part of, quote unquote, part of like my identity.
okay.
Right. And it's the same with like, oh, if I say, like saying I'm not drinking and I don't drink, different things, because when you say I'm not drinking, people try to convince you to drink. But if you say
Yes,
I don't drink, people are like, oh, okay.
you don't. Yeah,
Right. So it's also the same with like, oh, the thing that you do, things that you do, things that you don't do, all collaborate and be conjoined to make this image of yourself that you have of yourself and that other people have about you.
yeah. Okay. So now something else I just remembered and I have forgotten. Oh my god, that is crazy. Oh my god.
But that happens. That actually happens a
Yeah.
lot.
Oh,
Um, do you want to think about it?
trying to think about it. Like
Was it something about I said or something else?
yeah, something about what you said, like it kind of made me to remember something else and I wanted to mention it, but and I had
Not
to write it down, but you know,
not drinking.
no, not drinking. I
When people try to make you do something even so you don't want to do it.
oh, this is well.
Okay, do you have anything else on your list?
I think I'm done with my list. If I want to like talk about random things, like how we must defund siblings, it's
Please,
okay.
we're not Catch you
No,
talking about how to do how we was possibly
let me see how to dispose my please enough. That's like the is enough, please.
we're not
I'm
talking
like,
about that.
what,
Okay, I
what
have
else?
random questions for you.
Okay.
Question number one that is random. We kind of talked about it as already, but not really because it was more general. But what was the last thing you read or watched that gave you joy?
Last thing I watched that gave me joy is a Korean drama. Right, it's called Love Next Door. I really enjoyed it on the like after watching it, I felt empty.
Why did it give you joy?
I just liked it. I don't know. Do you think it was a story? And like, I read the actress, but the story as well because I could really relate to the character. She's a first daughter. Can
Um,
you can you see myself should default it, please? This girl is back. Can you close my door, please? Can you see my point? Anyway, yeah. So like, it's a drama I watched, but like, really liked it. And after watching it, I just felt like empty. Like, what will I do now? This was such a good drama type of thing. But then I'm watching something else now. It's a Chinese drama. Anyways, I'm always watching something some a drama or something. I like watching something to feel like white noise when I'm doing stuff. And it also
mm.
like helps to keep me concentrated. I always feel like okay, my phone is busy, I'm busy, we're both doing things and I should do my own self like scrolling on my phone. So that was the last thing I think. Last thing I read did not give me joy. I actually dropped the book. It was that Broken People's Playlist. I couldn't stand it.
Why? I really enjoyed that book. It's one of the best books I've read.
It's not a bad book. It
It
was too
was so
sad.
heavy.
Yeah, it's too sad. I'm very I get what's the word now? The reason why I like watching Asian things like I find them light. So well I choose the light categories because I'm not
Yeah,
a fan.
because I was going to say that that's not what I've heard. Though.
So, there's some very heavy. I'm just not there. I would always write for something like that. And I just dropped it because it was so heavy. Nothing wrong with the book or
No, but I
anything.
think it's a really great book. It's a really, really good book, but it is heavy.
I
Yeah.
just dropped it. I was like, why is everybody making bad decisions? Why can't we find the happiness? Like, why are we not? Why can't I was like,
It's actually one of my favorite books that I've read. Okay. One maybe one more random question. If you were throwing a dinner party, who will you invite, living or dead?
is it like one person or everybody?
No, just like who will be on your invite list for your dinner party, living or dead?
Oh, I don't really want to invite dead people. Oh, sorry.
I'm screaming! Akachi, please!
I'm sorry. You guys.
Like they will not be dead in the dinner party, they will be like alive, but the person may be a dead person in history.
Okay.
Kashi, Kashi.
I don't know. Invite my friends and my family. Okay, maybe not my family. Maybe just my friends. No, no hates. I don't want to be stressed. I don't want to be stressed. But like, if I had to like a dinner party, I'll probably just invite my friends like close by. Anybody I can invite. I don't. I'm not a fan. Unfortunately, I'm not really a fan of popular figures or anything like that. I
Mm.
don't. I have no like. I don't know if all those dinner with Jay Z type things. I don't know. I actually don't know because like you don't know these people either way.
Hmm.
It's better if it's like a concert. It's better to like. I feel like when you are dealing with like celebrities, you should have a fan celeb relationship. Like don't take it any further. Go for a fan.
Yeah.
Go for a concert. Come back home. Don't take anything else because don't like being a celeb is also their profession. They are presenting a personality to you. You don't know them
Yeah.
basically, so you cannot go and start saying. I honestly, I feel like even if I invite a K-pop group that I like, maybe I will invite them to dance and sing. Do your
To
work.
sing, yeah.
I'm not going to ask you any funky questions or anything like that, except if it's maybe like a round table stuff and everybody will just talk about things. But like, you're not going to be a star there. I'm the star, it's my party.
I
So,
love that. I love that.
I'll probably just do like a regular. I think I'll just what I'll normally do: invite my friends. That's
Mm.
it. No, I like me. If I'm a dead person, maybe my auntie that died.
Oh.
Not like it's been so
So
long.
still people that you know and
Yeah, some people that I know, or
yeah.
maybe my grandpa that died. I don't think I'm going to be inviting maybe like Michael Jackson or something. If I invite him to jump,
It's fine to sing and dance.
on the stage, please.
Anyway, all right, cool. I think that's it for today's episode. Do you want
Yeah.
people to find you?
Hmm. Yeah. Yes, actually, yes. I just remembered I have an art page, guys. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. This girl when she was doing her introduction, she did not talk about how she's an amazing illustrator
You
and
guys.
artist and creative. Just everything creative.
Yeah.
Kachi.
my Instagram at akachi.art. Yes, that's it. Please, please, I'm trying
I'll
to take
also put it in the show notes.
to 1,000 followers before the end. I know I cannot do it, but you
You
can make it.
can do it.
The thing is, there's a way that I feel like I can't do it because there's a way things work. I've not been posting regularly, so I know.
Even
Except
though,
if I buy bots and or buy followers.
but
But
you're not
like,
going to do that.
yeah, so I think the best that can happen before the end of the year will probably not be 1,000, maybe like 800. But that's me dreaming. But like, it's Instagram algorithm. There's a way things work, all those things.
All right. So I will put the link to the art page on the show notes.
Thanks. Please.
Um.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. What an amazing conversation.
Yeah.
I had
But I think
fun.
we should do
Did you
it
have
again.
fun?
I have fun. I always have fun with you. That's no problem at all.
Yay!
Very funny.
All right, then. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming on the podcast. Bye. Thank you for listening to today's episode of A Couple of Things. If there was anything you found interesting or insightful or you enjoyed the episode, please do share to someone or multiple people. Like, leave a comment, and definitely do subscribe and all the nice things. Bye.